In the previous chapter within the Dange of Rog Combat Advanced Poster Team appears in front of Limu letting go. Scared then Roger holding on. Parchment says that I bet that Lama won't. I expected him to come in with them, and then he mentions that he heard say that Lama completed a dango alone and stole his title, and he says no. Have no choice but to eliminate its slime. Starts to summon his skeletons then. He explains that how Roger arrested him inside the Dange using the parchment. Legendary that means F that y'all. They also can't leave here without clay. A dango and quickly several skeletons. Starts on top of Roger doing that. Their guards wonder what creatures. These are the ones today he is incredulous before. Of that creature then he wonders. How is Limu able to summon a dragon? Guardian because she is the head of the Danjo. Hellish difficulty but before Rog can do something the guardian dragon attacks. Him throwing an extremely punch. Powerful Rogi tries to defend himself but the attack is so strong that I throw against the wall seriously leaving. Sometime later in another location, one of the extras points to the sky informs that next to the fireball to enemies how can they levitate? Probably past the third change of profession, so they scream to inform the Pope that they are being wholesale guys. This is the continuation of previous video if you haven't seen them yet. Other videos I will leave a playlist pinned below. Now let's continue. Where do we stop? No one filled with hate says that we'll put an end to this order from the Holy See. Then he shouts again asking, by the Pope the members of the Order of the Holy say begin to shout saying that the Pope, it has finally arrived, and the elders, they also came to help them, so they believe this should be enough to eliminate these two furious men. Pope asks who wants to see him and why. That invade the Order of the Holy See soon. He wonder if they want to die, but as he approaches and sees no one in front of him, Papa wonders why a professional from the divine level of the Xenia Empire came. Until hereafter he also saw God by. He comments that this is the god of death. This filled the Pope, and trembling with fear, he asks why he came too. Asks if they came to destroy the Order of the Holy See. Then with the face of the Pope mentions that it is an honor to see them. Here he states that if the Order of the Holy, if I offend any of you in any way, they will offer rewards. To make things right, members of the Order of the Holy See do not understand what is happening and why is the Pope acting like this. They wonder if they will die here because even the Pope seems. I'm afraid no one orders the Pope. Bring the man called Roger because I would like to see you. The Pope sends his elders bring Roger, and he asks what did he do to make them so furious. The Pope thinks that Roger is the son, sacred palace of Vulcan, and that no one needs to protect him at all costs. Temptation says that Rog didn't offend him, and God Father also adds that neither to him. So in a dark way Nig says he offended his precious granddaughter. God says that Roger offended his precious disciple. The Pope thinks this is worse than the offense had been directed at them. Then he wonders what that damn Roger did. A few minutes later, the elders brings Roger a lot weakened, and when looking at the sky he asks if this is the arrival of Vulcan. Suddenly a light hits Roger taking him up. Then the Pope informs the no one to God because this is Roger who they are looking for. It reveals that Roger had an accident in a dang. Died 2 days ago but was recently revived. It's negative spiritual pressure skill. Then he asks if it was Roger who used Joe pegging parchment for Chase LMU. A student, Sha Jing, and Ning University too. Wonders if Roger called his granddaughter Toy. Roger stands paralyzed before of the immense power of Ning, and after remembering of everything he furiously asks like that wretch used to eliminate him. Then Roger declares that sooner or later the Dange title and the girl will be yours. Claims she will become his toy. Private and 6 will see completely dependent on him. Listening to Roger say that, the Pope realizes that now the situation, it's really bad because they will be Desimos. He tries to ask God that I forgive me, but no one comments that Roger managed to resurrect after dying due to mark of the divine statue of the church. So he says he wants to see if anyone else of the Order of the Holy See can do this. Without this statue, then no one launches a ball of fire on the divine statue, making everyone around them catch fire. Members of the Order of the Holy See run. Desperate, so the Pope shouts to everyone, flee because they will be decimated. They already see a light comments that it can't die and will be resurrected again. However, he did not expect that to by launch a ball of fire consuming his whole body and so also his whole Order of the Saint. Just doing the extras. Run desperately and after the explosion cause enormous destruction to the Pope. Comments that if this repeats again, Order of the Holy See will fall without him. Can do anything after Ning God will. Leaving, the Pope comments that knowing the temperament of those two he can consider it a good thing that they were not completely destroyed and left. Living in this situation, he reveals that the landscape was almost completely decimated. During the attack, few people remained. The elders, seeing the whole city destroyed, they say Roger is a cursed and that the church would not have suffered so much damage if it weren't for him, and with the destruction of the divine statue the Order of Holy See Sofu Onuru, and that perhaps it is necessary for them to remain out of the Hadad for a long period of time, but the fact that they came out of this alive tragedy is a great blessing. After two binding return, he sat at the table. Then God asks why no one's temperament has changed so much. Question if this has anything to do with your chats with your granddaughter, and nobody responds that if God by were a god of death in ancient times, the Order of the Holy, if I would have turned to dust, God says that they must accumulate knowledge and reduce deaths as they grow older, and as the culprit had already been eliminated, it doesn't make any difference to the others. People die or not. Ming comments that God be just thought he would be wise. Leave them alive so they can kill some monsters from the abyss. So Ming ask if he's not right away. Then Ming throws the talisman, cooling for Dewsby, and says it's already loaded. Dewsby asks what it's like. He did it so quickly. Then Nig D a talisman for Ming and asks for he carry this. Also angry Ming asks why they two didn't give the two talisman at once, and Nig says that she had forgotten to say something. Day later finally arrives the day of 100th edition of the competition. Professionals, and Limu receives a warning saying that registrations for the competition are now open, and it is informed that the competition is separate by 3 categories: the category between individual and challenging limo teams. And Leno noticed that each group is divided in 10 levels, and he is in the division of groups of 20 to 29. The reward for the champion is also excellent in the conditions below level 40, and it is possible that the champion of each category win a question, skill revelation scroll, beginner a level magic potion, beginner, and 50 million gold coin. The skill revelation scroll from beginner to use gives the user 100% chance of purchasing one skill that you have not learned, and the individual competition champion win a beginner level piece of magic that permanently increases all attributes at 200 points. Limu comments that the rules and reward of the mode challenger has not yet been announced, and it's impossible to know if the rewards are they good or not, but taking into account all this mystery, he assumes that if treats great rewards next. Limo analyzes your status and is informed that he is at level 26 with attributes quite high due to its title of Dragon Clan War King, and his FO DIT Thanatos also has attributes excellent, almost everything except your corpse explosion that is still at level 3. Then he comments that even so, it does a lot of damage, and your skeleton warriors are on the grid silver with 7,000 points in all attributes, and your mag skeletons with a spirit of 10,400 points, and the rest status with 2,600 points as threshold. I was distracted seeing your current status. Mi Feng Shu and Shashu approaches him the calling. Then Shashu asks if Limu, you will also register for the competition. Limu answers yes and asks if they will form a team among themselves. He says, yes, but in fact your original plans. It was Chamel, but like Limia it was in Level 22 at the opening of classes at University. They are below the level 20. This caused them to be in different divisions and a bit curious. Comments that slime probably must have leveled up. Then she asks what Limu level was currently and after Limo. Saying that you are already at level 26 means they completely paralyzed without believe because they are still at the level 17. Chashu wonders how slime climbs in level so fast. Then Zoom comments to Feng Shio that Limo being a boy no. It should be this easy to choose. Finu asks why is she saying this. Then Zomiai says that Feng Shu knows what reason, leaving you speechless afterwards, and approaches him calling Li Yu, and Shashu is questioned who is this girl and introduces herself to them saying that she is Limu's friend and that she is a killer. At level 25 Yushu is incredulous to know that she was going to be at level 25, commenting that he didn't think he would see someone else rise level as fast as Limu, and speech that this is because Limu loaded during as Dang, and Shashu says that now he does everything since that it is not surprising that this girl is on that level.
E Shashu fala que agora tudo faz sentido, que não é de se estranhar que essa garota esteja nesse nível. Em seguida, Shashu comenta que ele e Limu são amigos desde o ensino médio, e Feng Shu e Zomei também se apresentam para aí. Eles observando Shashu conversando com ele, Zomei diz que pelo visto essa garota vem acompanhada de problemas, pois parece ser bastante mimada. Então Feng Shu confirma. Logo depois Shashu se despede deles, dizendo que eles irão procurar companheiros de equipe e se veem depois. Limu diz para Shashu que se eles precisarem concluir a dungeon no deserto da tirania, podem chamá-lo. E fica olhando para Limu com ciúmes e comenta que Limu e Shashu são bastante próximos. Limu responde que eles são amigos desde o ensino médio. Então Yi comenta que Limu é estranho, pois se ela fosse um cara com tantas garotas lindas ao seu redor, estaria atrás delas. Deixando Limu sem palavras, após esses eventos, Jiang, Tonton e Duan e Mion se aproximam deles e pergunta se eles também vieram participar da competição. Jiang diz aí que eles não podem perder um evento desse, pois só é realizado a cada 5 anos. E pergunta se eles já têm uma equipe formada. Então Jiang fala que ainda não conseguiram, e Mion diz aí que as outras pessoas não querem formar equipe com eles devido a seus níveis ainda estar muito baixos, e Duan comenta que não estão interessados na disputa de ranking, pois só queriam ganhar um pouco de experiência. Limu chama para fazer parte de uma equipe, pois isso irá poupar tempo de procurar por membros. Jiang pensa que ouviu dizer que Limu carregou sozinho 39 pessoas no deserto da tirania, e ela comenta que se formar uma equipe com Limu, certamente conseguirão primeiro lugar. E a animada diz que Jiang não pode recusar, então Jiang fala que irá aceitar por condição, pois a universidade irá premiar com pontos de contribuição se conseguir o primeiro lugar, e que isso para ele já recompensa mais do que o suficiente. Mion diz que os pontos já são suficientes para eles e que Limu pode ficar com o resto das recompensas. Limu então concorda, pensando que é provável que eles não entrarem para o seu time caso ele não aceitasse essa condição. Logo em seguida eles vão se registrar para a competição e agradece a Limu por aceitar seus irmãos no time. Bailey ao se aproximar da área de inscrições, comenta para o figurante que certamente será o campeão desse torneio. Então o figurante observa com a força de Bailey Sheng conseguirá companheiros da equipe valiosos e o título de campeão será totalmente seu. Bailey Sheng começa a fazer tumulto furando a fila para a inscrição, e o figurante comenta que ele é o neto do reitor do Gnu Bailey e manda todos se afastarem. Mais adiante, Bailey Sheng avista e pergunta o que ele está fazendo com esse rapaz ao lado dela, e ao se aproximar ele percebe que ele morreu, então ele manda Limu e Yi pararem. E ao avistá-lo comenta que esse idiota de Bailey Sheng é bastante irritante. Então Bailey Sheng pergunta o que ela está fazendo com esse miserável do Limu, e agarra o braço de Limu e diz que não é da conta dele. E furioso Bailey Sheng diz que é óbvio que é da conta dele, pois todos sabem que ela é sua noiva. Extremamente furiosa, e manda ele calar a boca e pergunta se Bailey Sheng está louco, pois ele a havia pedido em casamento, mas ela recusou. E desde então você saiu dizendo que nós estamos noivos, e fala que isso não brigou com ele devido à grande amizade entre suas famílias. Ela fala que Bailey Sheng contou tanta essa mentira que parece que ele está acreditando nela,
believing in
que é
her
melhor ele
and that he
procurar
better
curandeiro
look
para
for a
curar o
lamp
seu
to
cérebro
heal
e parar de
your
criar
brain
essa
and stop
cena.
creating
E
this
diz que se
scene and
Bai
say
Sheng vir
that if
falar
Bail
asneira
Sheng saw
novamente,
talking
ela
nonsense,
irá pedir para
again,
seu
she
avô
will
dar
ask her
jeito nele.
grandfather
E
to
Muriel
give.
veio
Away in
furiosa
him
comenta
moved,
que é a
and
primeira vez
Furiosa
que ele vê
comments
ela
that
tão
the
nervosa.
first time he
E ao
sees her
olhar para
so
Limoyo se
nervous,
pergunta por
and
que
when
ficou
looking
tão
at Limu she
irritada,
wonders,
pois se fosse
because she was
Limoyo
so
nem sequer se
angry because if
importaria
it
com essas
was,
pessoas.
Limu wouldn't
Bai
even
Sheng
care
diz que
about
se ela
these.
quiser assim
People
está
Pa
tudo
Sheng
bem,
says if she
mas que
wants.
isso não
That's
acabou pois
okay,
ela ainda
but
será
that's not
dele.
it.
Ele
It's
começa
over
a
because
gritar
she will
com
still be
Limoyo
his.
dizendo que ele está
Starts
cansado dele
screaming
há
at
algum
Lemon
tempo
saying that
e que
he
agora
has been
Limoyo
tired
quer
of it
roubar
for some
até a
time
ilha
and
dele.
that now
Bai
Limo
Sheng
wants to
afirma que
steal
ainda não
until he
deu uma
leaves.
lição em Limoyo
Bail
pelo que
Shana
ele fez
states that
antes
he has
e que
not
agora
yet
ele
given
irá
A.
ver uma coisa.
Lesson in Lemon
Limoyo
for
então
what he
chama
did
Bai Sheng
before
de
and
palhaço
that now
burro,
he will see something
deixando Bai
limited,
Sheng louco
so
de
call
raiva.
Sheng a dumb clown, driving BA Zeng crazy with rage, making people scream that they are going to kill El Mal more sooner or later then and enter into battle position together with Zhang. Then she asks if Baisheng is wanting to die and Moyo activates his, calling him and comments that it is more than. I'm sure this guy will continue hosting and that he must eliminate it. Just now suddenly Dance Sheng heard someone behind him asking who he is. Will kill leaving scared and in
Galera,
shape.
obrigado a
Quite
todos
dark
que
God will question.
assistiram até
Again,
aqui.
who be Shang
Peço
said he
que
would.
deixem um
Kill
like e
guys
se
thanks to
inscrevam
everyone
no
who.
canal.
If you have watched
E
this
que
far,
deixem
I ask you to
comentário
leave a
falando
like
se a
and
gente
subscribe
deve
to the channel
continuar com
and
nossa
leave.
aventura.
One comment said no
Isso
if we should.
ajuda muito a
Continue
gente
with our
continuar
adventure, this helps.
produzindo nosso
We continue to produce
conteúdo.
our content.
Agradeço a
Thank you
todos
all who
vocês que
stayed until
ficaram
now and
até
until
aqui.
next time.
E até a
Adventure.
próxima aventura.